When I saw this t-shirt, I knew I had to buy it. I survived my trip to New York City. Let me tell you why. This is Global Eater. My name is Caroline. Welcome back to my channel. So I arrived in JFK yesterday late morning after a night flight from Anchorage. We departed, it was dark in Anchorage. We landed in JFK around 11 something in the morning. Totally uneventful flight, and however, on the way to the hotel, we got a phone call from the next captain to say, "Hey, what happened? There's a hole in the aircraft." And then it disconnected. We had to wait until we got to the hotel, and where we were able to connect to Wi-Fi and able to speak to the next crew. And they found a hole on the leading edge of the left wing. And they were asking me if I'd seen anything. Of course, I hadn't seen anything on my walk around in Anchorage, or I wouldn't be in JFK. But, and it's not just me doing the walk around, it's also the engineers. There's many people checking the aircraft before we take off. And the engineer discovered it while they were checking the aircraft on arrival, or before it departed, on arrival, I guess. So anyway, looking at the pictures that they sent us, I think, of course I'm not sure, and I'm not going to find out for a while, the aircraft is still grounded, by the way, that we hit a drone on the approach. That's what I think, it's my theory. Let's see what happens. Tomorrow when I go back to Incheon, the engineers will probably tell us more, because the aircraft is still there in JFK. So that's what happened to me, and it missed the engine by not very much. That's why I said I survived my trip to JFK, to New York City. And so after all these emotions, I had a short nap and decided to go out to get a few groceries for my breakfast. And oh my God, it was hot. It was full of people. I was fed up. So I came back. I bought a pizza to take away to eat in my room, and slept. And this morning I was not motivated. However, I managed to motivate myself, and I went to see a yarn store. So I walked from the hotel to the yarn store. It's about a couple of kilometers, and the yarn store is West Village Knit and Needle. I had to check. It's a tiny yarn store in a basement. You go down in a very nice, peaceful area. Not so many people there, so I breathed a little bit. And very friendly owners. It was two women, very nice, very friendly. Small collection of yarn, but very nice. They have Little Tall Grass, I think it's called, which I found some in Amsterdam before. And they had Malabrigo as well. They had some cotton yarn, and yes, I couldn't resist it. It was Manos del Uruguay Fino with merino and silk. I fell in love with this color. It caught my eye, the blue, because it was shiny a little bit. And I thought, I wasn't sure whether to buy two blue or to try to get some yarn that kind of matched together. So I decided to be a bit creative. That's what I did. So, and then I decided, I had in mind to go to the ferry terminal, Staten Island Ferry terminal. I walked there. It was a long walk, maybe 1 hour on the way. I went past the trade center, the location of the trade center, and interesting. I didn't stop, I just took picture, looked, and went to the ferry terminal, climbed the stairs, and it was full of people. I did not have the strength in me to queue, go on the ferry, and maybe not being able, because the whole point of the ferry is that it's free and you go past the Statue of Liberty. And I thought, no, if it's crowded, maybe I won't be able to see the Statue of Liberty really well, and so I aborted the mission. I took the subway and I came back. So that was my my day trip in New York City in the summer, in the heat, with full of people. My visit to West Village Knit and Needle. So here are the pictures. It's probably looking bigger than it is in real life. It's tiny, tiny, and they sell the yarn I was telling you about and that I'm going to show you, and also to make cross stitching, and the thread to make cross stitching, which I used to do many years ago, and I love it, but I don't have enough time to do everything. So I'm going to stick to knitting and a little bit of sewing. So I'll let you watch. It's going to be very short, and then I come back and say goodbye. So I hope you enjoyed coming to the yarn store with me, and if you have any idea of what I can do with this yarn, let me know in the comments. These colors really is gorgeous. Tomorrow I'm going back to Incheon. It's a 15-hour flight for pilots. I'm not looking forward to it, it's too long. And when I get back, I need to do my laundry, the glamorous life of the airline pilot, because I like to leave everything clean in Korea before I go back home. The next day I go home, finally. It's been a bit tough this time with Charlotte passing away, and not being there is always tough. It's the fourth pet in less than 2 years that passed away, and for 3 of them we were not there. So it's a lot. So yeah, I just want to be home, and I will see you next Friday from Mexico. There is a new yarn store opening in Mexico. It's online. The launch was a few hours ago. The website didn't work. Maybe too many people tried to log on, which is good news for her, but I will be able to tell you more about it next Friday, so be sure to tune in. And also, if you watch regularly and if you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe, and don't forget to like the video. And I love to read all your comments. It's very valuable for me, and so I'm looking forward to reading you, and see you next Friday. Have a fantastic week. Bisous, bisous. Mwah. Bye.